Excuse the noise, there's some kids over here playing League of Legends. But we want to talk about this. This is the Lightning from MSI, and that's 980 Ti Lightning to be exact. 1304 is the clock speed. This thing is freaking heavy. That lights up. Back plate. It's about a 2.5 slot. Cool. Oh, thank you so much, Paul. Yeah, I was like, this ain't working out for me. Now Paul is gonna.
The Lightning logo the Lightning logo faces the right way now.
You know, that's something. A lot of people do that. They make the card and then they make everything face the wrong direction. So that's important. I mean, it's a minor detail. Take a look at this PCB here. 10-layer PCB, and it's all a custom PCB. Look at the freaking power on this thing. 2 8-pin, 1 6-pin. Because who gives a shit? Just plug everything in right there. Holy crap. So, I mean, I guess the bottom line here is you're going to be able to push this card because they do have the custom PCB, 10-layer, 12-phase power design, going to the GPU, 3 phases just for the the memory. And yeah, with 1304 being the clock, I'm thinking you might be able to push this thing to 1600 megahertz. No guarantees, but with this kind of power and a custom PCB like that, I would hope it would be able to go to something like that. Maybe we'll play with one of these. Oh, how heavy is this friggin' thing?
It's pretty heavy. I will say it's not quite as heavy as the Gigabyte super copper one that they dumped a bunch of copper in. So it's actually a little bit lighter, which I think is okay because it means you might get a little bit less droopage. Did you mention this reinforcement rail that they have going on right here? It's a thick piece of metal.
You're going to have that. I mean, the back plate is going to add some reinforcement, but something that's this heavy with look at all these fins and everything. You're going to want something that's going to remain rigid. It's all about remaining rigid.
And then the Lightning logo, which I think you already mentioned, is RGB. You can also control with the same app that they made for the Godlike motherboard. So you can have remote control with an app, which everyone wants.
Unfortunately, the color scheme is not the same as the Godlike, but I guess if you had a red Sharpie, you could do it. Let's take a look at the Z170 motherboards. I know these things are already on the market, but we haven't looked at them in the studio just yet. First off, the X-Power gaming motherboard. This is the Z170A X-Power Gaming Titanium Edition. We've seen the other versions from the past. They were like the yellow. They just replaced that with like a really nice matte silver titanium thing going on here. We do have 2 M.2s, and you can, run. I was going to say you can run those things in SLI. You can run them in SLI, y'all. It's a gaming motherboard, so you can raid these if you want. Let's move on over. Take a quick look at this one. This is the crate. Also, the ID on this one's slightly different. Pretty freaking sexy. This one only has 1 M.2. It does have the separated audio area over here, but if you want to go all out for the big extreme one, move down one more time. This is the gaming M9 ACK, and this is sort of the big one right now. 2, of course, M.2. You can SLI them. I'm just going to go with SLI because, well, I don't even know. Gaming motherboards. And speaking of SLI, all of these do have the reinforced metal right here. With those freaking heavy graphics cards, you're gonna like that. Nice power phase design on this one, and one thing that's interesting, if you're going to be doing some extreme overclocking, you have the option to do water cooling right here. You can leave it as is, or you can run some water to this and you can possibly lower the temps on the VREGs, get a little bit more, I guess, as far as your overclock goes, but, it's pretty nice. Snazzy looking motherboards. That's MSI's booth. Other than all the insanity. One other thing I want to say about MSI. MSI, thank you very much for doing all this gaming stuff. A lot of the hardware vendors just show up here hoping they can, show off their wares, but they're actually doing a gaming tournament over here. We got StarCraft tournament over here with some famous Korean players. We got a league tournament going on over here, and it's just cool to see them, showing off their hardware, but at the same time supporting some tournaments. So cool, MSI. This is Braden, and we are checking out his game. Well, actually, it's a lot of people's game, but you're the head developer, right?
Yeah, main developer.
APT.
APT.
So, when someone looks at this, the first thing they think, obviously, is Portal.
Yeah.
When you sat down to develop it, was that the first thing that was in your mind, or what?
I'm a huge Portal fan, so the inspiration from this game obviously came from Portal. I'm also into the FPS like crazy, so playing Call of Duty growing up, playing Counter-Strike, all that stuff goes together, integration of APT. So doing the surfing and doing the crazy jump maps for the old Call of Duty style, that's where APT came from. So if you're interested in games like Portal, and you also want to challenge yourself, go for hardcore stuff, then APT will be right up your alley.
See, I noticed one of the main differences in Portal is a lot of the puzzles are based upon your jump jets and also using your grappling hook. Each of them have a cooldown time, so you really have there's a lot of finesse involved with the timing and the platforming. But Would you consider this to have more platforming than Portal? Because I only got to play a few levels.
Yeah, definitely more platforming. All the way through, it just keeps ramping up the difficulty. Eventually you get to the crazy stuff where the retry button is going to come real handy. Right, so yeah.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the development. What platform are you using here?
We're using Unreal Engine 4, brand new. Came out last May, I believe, and we've been developing on it since then. It's a brand new platform, much to learn about it, so this is basically one of the learning processes we had while getting into game development.
Yeah, what's been the biggest hurdle to get through? We got a lot of developers in our community, so what has been the biggest hurdle with the Unreal Engine for you?
The biggest hurdle, actually, Unreal Engine was a godsend for us because actually getting it started was the hardest part. Finding your engine, finding all the tools you need. So Unreal Engine got rid of that problem for us right away. And so that's what got us into the game development stuff, was being able to have something so available for us.
Are you guys using any of the marketplace assets, or you're creating most of your own?
Most of our own. We used a few of the sound assets. Other than that, everything is created by us, yeah.
Nice. When's this going to be available for people to try?
Actually, it's out on Steam right now. We released a couple days ago. You can check the Steam store. You can find us there. $14.99 on the Steam store, and you can start playing today.
Cool, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments. All right, guys, special thanks to Corsair. They're the reason that we're here. Be sure to check out all of our coverage, and you can enter to win a Scimitar mouse. Just go ahead and click on the screen to see our Corsair video. Good luck in winning the Scimitar MMO gaming mouse.